is kind of our wrap up show for 2015, and again, tons of stuff to talk about, and we'll start off with Callie at the news desk.
I'm here to do the news tonight,
and that's the way the news goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you important news.
Here's a story that's out of this world.
Did you just cough over your own production?
No, I had it muted, you dingus.
All right.
Nice job.
I could hear that.
I was going to say,
through your computer, right?
When it came on, you could see Nika smirk.
No, it's because I can only half hear it. It's still kind of staticky and weird.
No, that's just how we have to run things.
Anyway, on to the news.
Yeah, on to the news.
All right, Bravely Second's going to be replacing the Tomahawk class with the Cowboy class for the Western release. So rather than have one oppressed group of people, they're going to have the people who slaughtered that oppressed group of people. So that'll be awesome.
My question, do you guys think that it was changed because they thought that people would think it was insensitive? Or do you think they're just like, you know what, Americans, cowboys, they'll resonate with this better?
I think cowboys are cooler than tomahawks anyway.
I think they're trying to be PC.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. I think that they were concerned about a backlash, and I think it's stupid. It's just dumb.
We're getting less skin because the Tomahawk class showed more skin.
Let's focus on what's important here, nudity.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
All right. Blizzard recently filed lawsuit against German company Bossland, creators of buddy bots that enable players to cheat in wildly popular Blizzard games like World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, and Diablo 3.
Interesting move there on the part of Blizzard. I feel like have these tools been around for a long time?
Maybe these ones are like more easily accessible and usable then.
Well, they've been always getting more and more powerful, but I don't know why now all of a sudden they're making that crackdown.
Yeah, it seems like a weird decision to make. I'm not sure that I totally understand it. But
well, take that, cheaters.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas publisher Rockstar Games stealth released the open world classic on PlayStation 3 following weeks of rumors about a port to Sony's last generation console.
Oh man, interesting.
Why don't you just stealth release something? Like what?
Yeah, suddenly it's here.
We don't want anybody to actually play this game. What? Yeah, I don't.
I've never understood the point behind a stealth release ever, let alone one that probably should sell.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. Who wants to play this though? Is the question. I mean, like they've had San Andreas available for 360 for forever, and I can't figure out who bought it. Like, why? I mean, it's an okay game, but it's not even the best in the GTA series.
No, but I mean, there's always people who will pick up a GTA game and sit down and play, though.
Yeah, I mean,
it's for the story.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that magnificent story in all those games. Final Fantasy 15 is far enough along in development that it can now be played from start to finish. All that's left is finishing touches on the second half and preparing for launch. Also should be noted that Final Fantasy 15's pre-beta build does run on the PS4.
That's encouraging. I mean, I don't know why. Like, why is this news? You know what I mean? Like, okay, 15 is almost ready. We've been hearing that it's almost ready for a really long fucking time.
Since Final Fantasy 13?
Guys, I promise, Final Fantasy 15 is coming. It's almost here, okay? It's on its way.
The dragons are coming.
Yes, the dragons are. Yeah,
it's just news because you can actually sit down and play it start to finish now.
Yeah, okay.
That's a milestone marker.
They can, but we can't.
Well, yeah, sure.
Right.
Somebody can.
Yeah, we know the FF7 remake will still be out before FF15.
Probably. Project M, a 6-year endeavor to make Super Smash Bros. Brawl more like Melee, has ended as team announces they are starting on a new venture. Quote, they were very specific. New venture.
Yeah, well, you know why they're starting a, quote, new venture. It's because that they had a lawyer came to them and said, hey,
No. They actually released a tweet saying that they had no kind of contact from any lawyers, no cease and desist letters or anything like that.
A lawyer told them that if they want to ever produce any kind of game for money, they will have to stop immediately. Otherwise, Nintendo can sue them for infinite money.
for infinite money. For forever.
For infinity dollars.
For forever money.
So why the hell after 6 years would someone come and tell them that? And then why would they then be like, all right, we're quitting this, but not because of any, law-related thing?
There's definitely something more to this than meets the eye. Like, you don't just drop the venture for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, legal reasons is valid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Basically, they could be sued for literally every line of code that they altered by every, every entity that owns it. So if they like altered Sonic's colors, then Nintendo could hit them, and then Sega could hit them for every line of code that it takes to alter his colors.
It does. You know what? That does make sense.
So maybe Nintendo didn't come to them, but some lawyer just said,
lawyer-
"Hey, by the way, guys."
Do you realize how legally vulnerable you are by doing this?
Why would they just figure this out after 6 years?
Well, here's what it could be. They may have just planned on this being their one-off thing, but now that they have something new they want to work on, like, oh, you know what? We want to do something new where we could make money someday. Let's cover our asses here
That's
first.
the thing. I mean, they said it's a 6-year endeavor. What's changed in the last 6 years? Crowdfunding for independent game projects. That's one of the. I mean, there's a huge trend behind that. And if you've got talent, why waste it on an illegal product?
Also, they were on the cusp of releasing 3 new characters to Project M.
Oh.
Knuckles, Isaac, and Lynn from that awful game.
That awful game.
That narrows it down.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nintendo announces the new NX won't just be an upgraded version of the Wii or Wii U.
That's good.
That's sweet, I guess.
That way, when it comes out, people will realize it's a new console, and not like I did with the Wii U, where I just thought it was an upgrade, like the Kinect was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Change.org is added again as a petition for Sega to release a limited edition Dreamcast is getting thousands of signatures.
20,000 last I checked.
Oh my god.
Woo,
For the
Wait,
Dreamcast?
why?
Why?
Yeah, what
Were there even more than like 2 good
now?
games for that?
Everyone loved the Dreamcast, and everyone says that it was like the best system that was ahead of its time, and suck its cock a lot more.
Well, it was ahead of its time, and it was a good system, but not that good.
Obviously.
And if it released it now, it obviously wouldn't be like anything now.
And you think even if they did release a limited edition, you know how much money that thing would cost?
People just love to masturbate with the idea of nostalgia. That's it. That's
What are
all
they
it is.
thinking
It's
that,
a
like-
nostalgia masturbation exercise. That's all.
Are they thinking they'll get more games with it, too?
No,
Like, they're not going to make
no.
more games.
No.
I don't
no
know.
way. No.
The Galaxy map in Mass Effect Andromeda will be 4 times bigger than in Mass Effect 3. Also of note is that the multiplayer characters and maps are all being redone, but the play mode, renamed Horde, seems the same. An insider has revealed that since the release of Dragon Age Inquisition, the development team for ME4, which started out around 50, has quadrupled.
That's fucking huge.
200-person dev team is massive, yeah.
Like, holy crap. We better be seeing a lot more news about that coming out soon. Then.
Yeah, I mean, how does that make you feel? I mean, you're like our Mass Effect diehard. Does that make you feel? Because I know that you've been skeptical of the project.
No, it's not. Not that I've been skeptical. It's just I find it hard to get as excited about the stuff that they've released because what they've released doesn't tell us anything whatsoever.
But it looks cool.
Well, of course, everything fucking looks cool. I've seen a trailer for Splatoon that looks cool. Doesn't mean that it's a cool fucking game.
True.
Well,
I watched some kids play Splatoon at the mall yesterday. It looked pretty cool, guys.
I don't know. I hear the multiplayer is really good in Splatoon.
I had a bunch of Nintendo people in the mall try to convince me of that too.
Yeah,
Not like those mall
so
crowds.
obviously I'm excited about Mass Effect, and hearing that it's going to be so massive and that there's so many people working on it is encouraging.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting on actual concrete stuff that I can look at and like be able to mold something out of it. You know?
Yeah.
To get some real ideas out of it.
Right.
So, Nika, I'm told this one was exciting to you. Tekken 7's got the big Akuma reveal, so he's going to be... he's from Street Fighter, I'm told originally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Street Fighter.
You want to help me out with this one a little bit, Nika?
Actually, we've got the video. We can go to the video.
Oh, they
if
have
you
a video
want.
for this?
Would that?
Do we have video?
I
Should we
think
go to the video?
would that help contextualize the
Yes,
thing?
absolutely.
It might help
I think it might.
contextualize because
All
I
right.
thought he was the sumo wrestler.
Wait, what?
No.
He thought he was fucking E Honda.
Why would you think that?
Because I've never been into fighting games.
Oh, okay.
It's Street Fighter.
Yeah, seriously.
Still never.
Well, with
been
him,
into
like, if
fighting
it's
games.
not Ryu
That's
or
like-
Chun-Li, I don't know who they are.
That's like
He's evil Ryu.
That's like saying like
I didn't know that there was an evil Ryu. I know all the girls that have big tits and Dead or Alive 2 hardcore, okay?
Yeah, I know that,
They're
too.
interchangeable.
I was the best with Helena, though.
Oh man. Oh jeez. All right.
Play this video.
Yeah, let's play this trailer here. Oh wait, hang on. It's not loading. Hang on. Why? It's not.
Yeah, it looks like they're
Well, you're doing this. I'm going to go back to talking about the chicks with the big tits and
Yeah.
Dead or Alive 2.
So, Kasumi and Ayane.
I wasn't really a fan of those two. I felt like
the rivalry.
Well, I mean, like as their playstyles, they were a little sluggish. Helena was my favorite because I could combo all of her attacks together, and then Li Fang because she was so fast.
She was awesome. I remember liking Christy, the white-haired girl. What's her name?
She wasn't in Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore.
She didn't show up till 3.
I don't know when she showed up. She might have been in the one before it and the one after, but I do know the person that you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got this. We got this. Yeah, we got this video all set up. Nika, I won't be able to send the video to you. You'll hear it, but but you know it. You know it inside and out. It's fine. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. It's cool. All right.
They should make a Final Fantasy fighting game.
Dissidia?
No, a fighting game, not a party game.
So why is this a big deal, Nika?
Did they just buy the rights to the character?
The big deal is that he's not only just in the game, but he's part of he's a big part of the main storyline.
Yeah.
And honestly, like for fighting games, Tekken's storyline has been pretty good as far as fighting games go, and then to all of a sudden take a Street Fighter character and say he's part of the canon is very weird.
Storyline now.
They're like FPS now. They feel obligated.
But FPSs can actually do it.
There's cutscenes.
Supposedly the Guilty Gear turned into a full season's worth of anime.
So are they saying that Street Fighter and Tekken are in the same world, or is Akuma just pulling a Gilgamesh and he's crossing between the
I mean, okay, well the thing is that we all know that they had that Street Fighter cross Tekken game that totally bombed, right? I mean, and they've been saying forever that they were going to make a Tekken cross Street Fighter where all the Street Fighter characters you play in the Tekken engine and yada yada yada. So, I mean, I'm thinking maybe this is kind of like a step towards that direction by saying that, Akuma is canon, Street Fighter is canon in the same world as Tekken, and that we will lead into Tekken cross Street Fighter, which will also be canon or something. I don't know.
I really liked when Freddy Krueger was in Mortal Kombat.
Can we go back to that?
That was sweet.
Yeah, I mean,
if that's canon, I want to see fucking Scorpion show up in the Nightmare on Elm stream. That's what I want to see.
Nightmare on Elm Stream?
Elm Stream, yeah.
Elm Stream.
It's the remake for today's generation of gamers.
Why is this trailer so overdone? It's overwrought. It's like there's so much emotion. But
Tekken's story is good, okay?
I'm super excited to play this RPG in this turn-based game.
Seriously. Oh my God! That is
the 2.55 trailer for 14 wasn't that emotional.
That
hyped
seems
up. They're hyping him. They're making him such a big, imminent, looming character.
That
so it's just really bizarre.
That's very over the top.
Okay, but the problem is that
Tekken's always been over the top.
The problem is that Tekken's a very bad game, though. So
Shut up!
nobody
No,
cares.
it isn't. It is absolutely not a bad game. So get out of here with your stupid Nintendo shit.
Good comeback, Nika.
Yeah,
You're welcome, because
Let me know
Tekken
when-
could kick Smash Brothers' ass any day.
Oh, shots fired.
That is real shots fired.
Shots
Just
fired.
let me know when Akuma enters a real fighting game like Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh, you know what? There's 1 point for Nika and 1 for Chris there. I'm gonna start keeping score. Do you have a piece of paper and pencil?
Yeah.
At the end of this episode, I'm going to declare the ultimate victor in
Who
shots
can shoot
fired.
the most fire?
Who can shoot the most shots?
All right.
Anyway.
All right.
2 years after plans to launch the Oculus Rift with Doom 3 BFG Edition fizzled out, plans have at last been revealed to launch the system with a copy of Eve Valkyrie for those who pre-ordered.
So if you buy Eve, you also get...
No, those who... Basically, when you did the pre-order for Oculus Rift, you were going to get Doom 3 BFG, and then they kind of... not only did they get a cease and desist from the makers of Doom, who were like, no.
What? Wait.
They didn't even bother
I was
asking.
gonna say, why would you make that claim if you didn't even talk to them?
I don't know, because
wow.
BFG was some weird add-on thing that was released way later. Anyway, so they said no, and they decided to go with... And people don't like fast-paced RPGs on the Oculus anyway, or shooters. So they went with Eve Valkyrie instead, and that's what's going to be released to those who pre-ordered the Oculus Rift. So space shooter instead.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
Why not?
Except for those that wanted Doom. Although I don't know who you are, but yeah.
Doom BFG, no less.
Yeah, BFG, yeah.
I bought that for Kooky the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, Doom 3 wasn't bad. Doom 3 wasn't bad. I'll give it.
As it approaches a whopping $100 million in crowdfunding, actually it made it today. Star Citizen has reached its Alpha 2.0 milestone. Spaceships are now flyable. Players can leave their ships while in space. 20 different encounter scenarios are available, and 17 visible locations are up and running.
We have a trailer for that we'll play a little bit later on in the show that they showed off as a part of the Video Game Awards. I'm actually really impressed, and as a Mass Effect fan, Robbie, we got an email
emails
about
this. We actually got another email about it that we can read in tandem with that, and I'll respond to it.
It is
properly.
straight up the largest scale undertaking I've ever seen, and what they have so far is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and this week I can actually respond to it properly.
All right, well, what else we got here?
Speaking of crowdfunding, Tim Schafer has announced his next title will be Psychonauts 2.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Psychonauts is remembered fondly, although I have to cop to the fact that I've never played it, even though it's been as low as like 78 cents on Steam.
Really?
Psychonauts is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Schafer, we'll see. Time will tell.
You don't sound like you have much faith there.
Okay, the guy made what? Brutal Legend? That was a fucking.
He's had some hits and he's had some not hits. But on other Tim Schafer news, he's also said that LucasArts classic Full Throttle will be getting remastered for the PS4 and Vita, done by his Double Fine Studios, who also remastered Grim Fandango to popular reviews.
Okay, all right. That's kind of cool. I mean, a little bit of love for the Vita, not that much, but a little bit.
It's just nice to see some of those old DOS games you could never play again otherwise getting a remaster and coming back.
Yeah.
Day of the Tentacles, another one I believe that is either has been done or is being done.
They did talk about Day of the Tentacles at the PSX.
That would be really cool.
Totally sounds like a hentai.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And though still awaiting final confirmation, all signs point to Other Side Studios developing System Shock 3. Night Dive Studios acquired the rights to the series intent on remaking the first game and has reportedly signed Other Side to develop the third game in the series.
Awesome.
So if you like BioShock and you're sad you're not going to get any more of it, go play System Shock.
System Shock 3 is going to be a thing. That's exciting. I mean, like, I never got into System Shock, although I hear System Shock 2 is fucking incredible.
It's cyberpunk BioShock.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Well, rather, BioShock is steampunk System Shock 2.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the latest in news from around the net. And thanks for that, Callie. Appreciate it.
Yep.